open the gates.
Indian shirts, Indian flags for sale. This is the Boxing Day test, and I'm taking you with me to experience one of the premier events annually at the MCG. People are streaming towards the ground with a capacity of just over 100,000 people. There won't be quite that many there today, but yesterday saw an amazing day of cricket and over 87,000 people filled the stands. That's right, yesterday. For those who are unfamiliar with Test cricket is a 5-day game, although it very rarely makes it to day 5. And the number one game of cricket every year in Australia, barring World Cups, is the Boxing Day Test match. It gets the biggest crowds, no matter what team we're playing. But it just so happens this year Australia's playing India. And India is an undisputed powerhouse of world cricket, with names such as Jasprit Bumrah, Virat Kohli, and the emerging talent of Jaiswal and others, with over 1.5 billion people behind them. Because in India, cricket is a religion. It's pretty popular here too in Australia, I should say. It doesn't get much bigger than Australia-India on the Boxing Day Test match. Today, I'm going to take you into the ground. We're going to watch some cricket. We'll probably talk a little bit of cricket for those who don't know anything about cricket. I'll try and let you know a little bit about it without trying to overcomplicate it. It's behind the trees there. Let's go straight across the grass. Over here, this side, I think it's still the Shane Warne stand you can see here. Shane Warne was our greatest ever bowler, Australia's greatest ever bowler with over 700 test wickets. He died not so long ago, a couple of years ago now, and they renamed the stand for him. But we are going around that way to gate 1 because we are in the Ponsford stand. We'll just take a moment to take that in. And it's sort of like a festival of sport and cricket here in summer in Australia, and there's a lot of things going on. And I just told you about Shane Warne. We're just here. We have the free Shane Warne Legacy Health Check. Shane Warne suffered from heart problems. I think he was just over 50 when he passed away of a heart attack. Men's health has become a thing, and his legacy. They set this up every year, the MCG test. Men can come along and just have their health checked, which is a great initiative. And we'll be heading up here today at the MCG. The game continues from where it finished off last night at 6 o'clock. There are different formats of cricket. Test match is the longest. You'll probably be grateful to hear me say. Each team gets 2 innings, 11 players aside. Everybody gets to bat twice, time permitting, rain permitting. So Australia are still batting. They chose to bat first. They won the toss, the coin toss, and their score presently is 311, I think, and 6 of the 11 players are out. 2 players bat at the same time, so you can only have 10 out in total. Today, we have 2 of the world's greatest batsmen on show, probably. Steve Smith for Australia, who at the moment he was batting at the end of the day, so he starts again. He's already on 68, and hopefully he will go on and make a century. That's 100 runs, which is a well, you know, it's what you aim to go out there and do as a batsman. If you're a batsman, you want to score as many runs, and 100 runs is considered the important milestone. And then later in the day, hopefully not too soon, we're going to see India bat. And who knows, we may well see Virat Kohli bat, who is nicknamed the King. He is basically worshipped by the Indian fans. One of the greatest batsmen in the world. He's scored 30 centuries, I think, 30 or 31. And Steve Smith presently sits on 33 centuries. Both of them actually have been a bit of a decline lately. But this is a field of dreams. And anything can happen. We have arrived at gate 1.
Please have your ticket open on your smart device with brightness at the highest setting, ready to scan into the MCG.
We are just waiting for a special guest to join us here on the vlog before we enter the ground. Over here, we have a merchandise store, and we can see that Australian shirts, polo shirts, or the green and gold as they like it, 130 Australian dollars, and $100 for the Dream 11 Indian shirt. So it just goes to show, being a fan of cricket these days is an expensive occupation.
For the Boxing Day test.
Aren't you Andy's World Journeys from the TV show Andy's World Journeys?
Wait a second. Aren't you Tim Long from the podcast, whatever your podcast used to be called?
No.
This is Tim. Welcome to Andy's World Journeys, Tim.
Hi, I'm Tim, welcoming me to Andy's World Journeys.
This is the other Tim. It's not the Tim that usually here.
This is the bad Tim.
It's replacement. I'm sorry, you can't. There's no replacement.
No,
they're both number 1. Right here, Bill Ponsford. Yes, one of Victoria's greatest opening batsmen. The first man to score 400 twice in first-class cricket.
It's written on his statue.
It's written on the statue. These tickets here, bought online a while ago.
Well, yeah.
But they're pretty decent tickets as far as I can tell.
Yeah, well, they're made of paper.
Yep.
They're A4, which is one of my favourites. It's not as good as graph.
They double-checked to, you can't see me. They double-checked to see that GoPros were allowed, and they are.
Don't use paper. That's the lesson.
Lesson learnt.
Lesson.
There we go.
There you go.
As Tim goes off to get us some refreshments, let's survey the scene before the first ball of the day. The ground is slowly filling up. There's probably only about 30,000 here, maybe 35 right now. Generally speaking, fans of the cricket get along pretty well together. There were a few controversial moments involving the aforementioned Virat Kohli yesterday, but hopefully all of that's been put in the past and we can see some runs today from Smith and Kohli. I'm all for a good game, me. For those of you who are not cricket fanatics, just to confuse you, Australia writes the score in reverse to the rest of the world. I don't know why we think we have to be an individual on this particular issue. But generally, it's the score and then the number of batsmen out, or wickets as we say. And the wicket is the thing that the batsman stands in front of with the 3 pieces of wood, the 3 sticks, stumps as they are called. I'm just trying to make it simple for everyone. And you know, you get a batsman out by hitting those wickets. If you get through the batsman and hit the wickets, or if the batsman hits a catch to a fielder, same as in baseball. There's a couple of other ways to get out. The most other prominent one is if you get your leg stuck between the ball and the wicket and the ball is going on to hit the wickets. And that often involves the video ref, as you might say, if it was football or, I don't know, American football. But we will wait and see if we get a few video umpire decisions today, and I'll show you how those go down. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you an entire day's play. It'll mostly probably be about talking and checking out the ground. And the pitch has a lot to do with the kind of game you end up getting. Some pitches are pro batsmen, which means they're flat and easy to bat on, lots of runs. Others can be pro bowler, which means it's harder to score quickly, and often the games will go a lot shorter if it's a bowler-friendly pitch. I would say we've got a pretty even pitch at the moment between bat and ball, but we'll know by the end of the game just what kind of pitch the groundsmen have prepared here today and for this 5-day game. Should it go 5 days? The Indian team, who are in the field still, are entering the arena. I mean, they're getting onto the ground. And actually, in front of the Indian team just there are the 2 batsmen, the captain of Australia, Pat Cummins, and Steve Smith on 68. We've got less than 60 seconds now, folks. Over there we have the Bharat Army, which is the Indian version of the Barmy Army, who are the cheer squad for England. Well, a hush goes down on the ground. Mohammad Siraj has the ball. It is Steve Smith to face Mohammad Siraj, and I'm joined in the commentary box here by Tim Long.
Welcome everyone to the second day's play. Tense. You can feel the tension. It's a good question, and that's a very nice one.
Well, there we go. This was the first player of the game. It's 4 runs, folks. And of course, Tim, I just was, we probably have a lot of people watching, or possibly none, who knows, who've never heard of cricket. So as the day goes on, we might, I don't want to overload people with the rules, because basically it's hit the ball, make some runs, really.
Try not to let the ball hit your little
wicket. I explained.
Oh, you explain what a wicket is?
I explained how to get out.
Your little pile of sticks.
Yeah, I did call it sticks.
Yeah. You try to guard your pile of sticks with a bigger stick while they chuck a ball at you.
And when you get the ball all the way to the rope, it's 4. Siraj to Cummins, he turns off his hip, and it's a misfield. That's a misfield. It's going out there. Won't be 4, but I think they're going to come back for a 3rd. So every time they cross and go to the other side of the pitch there, that they score a run. They did that 3 times today. They did that 3 times.
It's over.
Just then.
So we ran
and that means that they scored 3 runs. Today the forecast is for a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius. You were here yesterday.
Yes.
Was it roughly the same? Melbourne's very consistent.
It definitely was 21 degrees plus another 16 or 17 degrees.
It was about 37, 38 yesterday. We've had it,
but it wasn't sunny. So like we were up that way in the shade. It wasn't all that sunny. It was hot, but it wasn't.
And that's Melbourne weather for you.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry, he's got to get this, but we've got Bumrah, we've got the best bowler in the world here, Jaiswal Bumrah, honorary Western Bulldogs supporter/member, been down at the club, been presented with his jumper, number 93 for India, coming in to Pat Cummins. An unusual action, a short run up, but he is so good. Oh, and he's just popped that into just over there into the covers, as that region where he hit the ball is called the covers. I could teach you all about the different parts of the ground. Silly mid-on, covers, no? Just over there we've got a group of patrons all dressed up as minions, and you know, they're a day of celebration because, you know, it is a whole day, and as I say that, I think Smith may have just scored a boundary there, 4 runs. Akash Deep, he moves to 78. And we keep our fingers crossed that he can get the next 22 runs. What do you think? What's your feeling on it?
My fingers are certainly crossed as well. Yeah, both. Hang on. This finger's a bit stiff these days, but yeah. No, look. I think I'd like to say well done for identifying them as minions.
It was pretty clear.
I can never remember what they're called.
We have right now a bit of pandemonium. We're about half an hour after you last saw us, and they are now taking off a pitch invader. He will be kicked out of the ground. He will be fined. I think did he put his arms around Colin? Did he get his arms around Colin? He'll be happy. That's all he wanted, to touch greatness. And then they included a message that says, it's wrong to do that. Don't invade the field. Okay, Tim? Tim, I guess it's off, Tim.
The last time I did a streak was back when you had to take your clothes off to wear a streaker. now, these days, people just come up fully dressed. I mean, that guy was wearing like a tailored tracksuit or something.
So what
That's
you're,
ridiculous.
what you're saying is
In my
amateur.
day- in my day, streakers were naked. None of this bloody wearing clothes rubbish.
And Smith is hooking. Down for another 4 runs. 6. I'm sorry, that went for 6. Can't see the ball for Smith. He's into the 90s. So hopefully we will rejoin you very shortly. So just a score update for you. It is 11:20, so we've been going 50 minutes. Australia are 365 for the loss of 6 batsmen. We've got Cummings on 34 runs, and we've got Smith on 92. Now, folks, before we get too further into the day, what we call in Australia, slip, slop, slap. Slip on a shirt, slop on sunscreen, and slap on a hat. Because there's no ozone up there, not in Australia. Even on a 21-degree day, you could get burned. The drinks break, folks. They bring a cart with a giant Gatorade bottle onto the ground, and even though they have drinks run out to them every 2.5 minutes, they stop for 5 minutes to have a drinks break.
Drinks break is very, very important.
What is the significance of the drinks break, Tim?
Commercialism. Oh, and also thirst.
Look at that, everybody is going, waving their yellow hands for the Commonwealth Bank.
Would that be another sponsor?
The Commonwealth Bank,
Commonwealth
yellow,
Bank.
hello, yellow.
Another sponsor.
If you are not from Australia or India, if you've never seen cricket before, how are you going? Have I explained the rules to you? Have I explained it? And he's hit it for maybe 2. Yes, the crowd gets excited. Well, he nearly got it on over there. The crowd gets excited. He is on the 99. And we have 1 ball left in this over. So, here we go. 1 run to get. Can he do it on this ball? Yeah! Stephen Smith, 100 runs! Woo!
Picture on our captain walking off.
Folks, it's nearly 12 o'clock, and we've seen the first batsman out for the day. We call it a wicket. India have got a wicket. They've got the captain, Patrick Cummings, who made 49 runs. Steve Smith is still there at 116.
Fun fact, 49 runs is 1 short of 50.
Another fun fact, it's my age. This might be a time to just ask Tim what he thinks of the state of play, because they've scored 99 runs in an hour and a half, which is, that's pretty good going. And the score, Tim was hoping we could get to 400, and we're at 411. So, what do you think, Tim, of the state of play?
I think you're right. You've given my thoughts before I was able to tell you them. But you're right. Look, anything over 400 was going to be a good score, I think, on this pitch.
The time is 12:28. There are possibly 12:29, probably just 2 balls left before the lunch break. We have 3 sessions of 2 hours each through the day, although the third one is almost always extended because they haven't got through the whole.
Well, overs.
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 Anyway, here we go. So Brumma here to Steve Smith. Score is 453 for 7. Smith just turns that off his hip actually, and takes another single there, 454. So it's about 100 and just over 140 runs in the 2 hours, which is very good actually. So I think, you know, they often talk about who won the session. Not that you get any points or anything for winning a session, but who came out the better. Australia have done very well this session. And Stark just digs that one out. The time has gone 12:30. So what you're about to see, the ground will clap. The session is finished. Everyone stands up. The hero of the hour. when you come to a day of Test cricket, because personally I don't think I've ever come to 2 days of the one Test match, you want to see something special. And honestly, like, I don't personally care if it's India or Australia doing something special. So if India come out later in the day and Jaiswal scores a century, I'll be like, I've been really lucky to be here when something special like that happens, like Steve Smith today.
You don't often see a player make a ton. So a player making 100 or a bowler taking 5 wickets, they're the two sort of things that you
and we could still see that Warne's on 3 and best bowler in the world at the moment, so he might clean up the last couple of wickets, because we wouldn't be expecting too much resistance once one of these two guys goes out. Nathan Lyon and Scott Boland's, my namesake, are the
It's not Scott.
oh. But a great session for Australia, but who knows what the rest of the day, it may turn out that this is just a really, really good pitch to bat on now.
We did make batting look quite easy out there, so India might just be licking their lips.
There were no drop catches.
No.
Tim,
yes?
What is your sandwich, what is your Boxing Day Test sandwich tradition?
Okay, so always you've got turkey and ham left over. So my dad used to always make turkey and ham sandwiches. Boxing Day when we went to the cricket, so now he doesn't come to the cricket anymore, so that's come to me. So now I make an extra turkey and I make turkey and ham sandwiches for everyone, Andy. So I've got
oh wow,
Andy's World Travel.
It's catered for me as well. So is the test when you eat it or when I eat it?
Oh, the test is 5 days worth of cricket.
So day 2, this probably isn't off yet. But come day 5.
No, it wouldn't be. No, day 3.
Have you actually got a ticket for every day?
No, just the first 3.
Just the first 3.
Yeah.
Are you going to go on day 4?
No. Normally I would go day 1 and day 3.
Yeah.
I've seen you do lots of Big Mac challenges.
But never the turkey sandwich Boxing Day Test Tim Long challenge.
I need to know how this compares to a Big Mac.
This is some serious
There are no
food
beef patties.
tasting.
There is no special sauce. There is no lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions. There is no sesame seed bun.
One piece of ham, one piece of turkey, cheese on a wholemeal bread.
It's not one piece. This is a selection. And arsenic.
Tasty arsenic.
Oh, good. Yeah.
But you know what? It's very solid. It's all you need. It's all you need. But I will go back there at some point today and I'll get something. Folks, it is almost the end of the lunch break here. 4 minutes to go. We've got fan competitions, best dress competitions. We've had kids playing Kanga cricket.
Milo cricket, brought to you by Milo. How was your lunch?
Oh look, I chowed down on 2 turkey, ham and cheese sandwiches, and I compliments to the chef. Yeah,
I'll pass that on.
For the rest of the day, we may show you a couple of edited highlights. I am going to take a walk around and have a look at the food outlets and stuff a bit later at some point, possibly when the cricket's going, so that there's less people out there.
Will you be visiting the toilets?
Yes, but I don't feature the toilets, only on planes.
Because I've seen you do a loo review.
Toilet time, I call it. Toilet time.
So
usually on planes and occasionally on a train.
There is a question that we need to answer when it comes to the toilets. Do you stand on the grate or do you stand behind the grate? It's one. Maybe it's one for the.
I think you're supposed to stand on the grate, but I think you get there and you go, people are pissed all over that grate.
People have stood behind the grate. It's not.
The Indians are walking onto the field. The Australians are going to be first to the centre as the batsmen often are, as play has resumed. Yeah. It's today down. If you remember my vlog, we saw a board where people who score hundreds get their name added to the board.
Oh, yeah.
Today Steve Smith will get his name added, not for the first time, to that board.
No.
And if Bumrah can get these 2 of the last... Oh, he's just been bowled. You just missed it. You just got clean bowled. You just Yeah, as I said, you know, when you get down to the end of the lower order, they're not the best batsmen.
They're not in the team to bat.
Here we come, a cash deed to Steve Smith. as the prowess of a number 11 batsman, the last batsman for any team, should he survive this ball, the ground will cheer. Should he just still be there? Okay, well, I literally turned the camera off for that ball. I literally turned the camera off for one ball, and it looks like the innings is over. We have a review pending. Australian innings is over. That means that India now have to bat. They have about 10 minutes or so to change over.
10 minutes exactly. Change over.
Now we have to see if the Australian bowlers can move the ball a little bit in the air.
Yep.
Or whether it's just a road and guys like Jaiswal and Kohli and even Rahul, who's been batting well, can just take the game away from Australia.
If you're looking at the things that are unique to cricket.
I'm right here next to us. We've got a fan. You're an Indian fan.
Yeah.
You're cheering for the blue.
I'm trying. Let's go.
Okay. You're not a member of the Bharat Army, though.
No.
Yeah. What's your name, mate?
Dave.
This is Dave. He's an Indian supporter.
Yeah.
I want to ask him who's going to top score. Who's going to be the top score in the Indian innings coming up?
Well, I hope Jaiswal or
That's my pick.
Yeah, or Rahul, I reckon.
Jaiswal, I follow the Royals.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of Jaiswal.
Yeah, I think he's due for a big inning, so hopefully, that's the case.
Who's your favourite players in the Indian team?
Have to be Kohli and Bumrah,
Has to be Kohli still?
Still Kohli.
Can he do anything wrong, Kohli, or is he always the king?
No, what he did yesterday wasn't too great, I'll be honest, but no, he's done so much for Indian cricket. So.
But stuff that happens on the field, doesn't matter what team it is, it's all blown up, especially in the social media age.
Yeah.
It's like he just bumped into him and now it's a whole international incident, right?
I think that's just his profile, I guess, so I completely understand.
He's a very well-respected cricketer, and it could be his day. When I was walking to the ground, I said, let's see a Smith century and a Kohli century, I said.
Oh, Kohli, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's for a vlog, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, if Kohli makes a century, how many views do I get from India?
1 million. Like 1 million, probably.
If I get 1 million views, I'll be very happy. Thanks, Dave. Well, we'll see how we go. Do you reckon 474 is a good score?
Very good score.
I feel like the way they scored the runs today, it's really flat.
Yeah.
So right now is the very best time to bat on this pitch. So I think, Jaiswal is hit on this, He's like, he comes out there and he gets out for 4, or he comes out there and an hour and a half later he's on 100, So hopefully we're in for whatever it is. It's been entertaining so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's hope it continues. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot.
Are you ready, Tim?
I'm ready. I think this first ball will be a wide.
Jaiswal is facing. We've got Mitchell Stark opening the bowling for Australia. He's a pretty fast bowler. He gets up over 140. Here we go. You should have been here for that sound. I'm sorry. First wicket has just fallen at 2:11. India have lost their first wicket. Their captain, Rohit Sharma, who has been out of form, and is fair to say. He trudges off, not looking particularly happy. Fair enough. Cummings takes the first wicket. The MCG has been waiting for this moment all day. We got bored with the stupid Smith 139. Scotty Boland, legend of the MCG.
East Victoria.
And we have a chant. What is it? We love you, go Victoria. I wasn't with Scotty Boland, I was for our chant. Scotty played an Ashes game here and tore England apart, and we've been in love with him ever since. Ooh, don't know much about that one.
See, there's one over where no runs have been scored. What do you call that?
He's just bowled a maiden over.
A maiden over.
Yeah.
That's funny. Why is it called a maiden?
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows the answer to that one.
Because maiden is like, you have your maiden.
No, I know who knows. Dave knows. Dave.
Yes.
Why is it called a maiden over when you don't concede any runs from it?
No idea. Is there actually a reasoning?
I'm sorry, I thought Dave knew.
No.
I don't know. Tim doesn't know, and neither does Dave.
No idea.
Why is it called a maiden over?
Nathan.
Anybody? Why is it called a maiden over?
Sorry? Why is it called a maiden over? There's no runs to score.
Yeah, but why?
Maiden. Oh, as in like a girl, girl maiden. Answer to it or no?
I don't know. It's a mystery. Okay, folks, that is the mystery of today. Okay, well, Rahul has just hit a 4, but bigger news, Tim knows why it's called a maiden over.
So originally a maiden was an unmarried girl. So she was unmarried, untouched. And then that over, the ball was, there were no runs, so it was like an untouched over.
You know
Google
what?
said it, so
It's a bit...
Can I put a counterpart?
Fair enough.
Why is it called a maiden century then?
It was yeah, that's a very good question.
Well, again, that I understand. Maiden century.
That's your first.
Maiden is a first.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what I thought as well.
That means he was a maiden until then. Now he's now unpure. He's made 1 century.
Surely a maiden over is therefore the first century that somebody bowled. First maiden. I'll start again. Therefore, surely a maiden over is the first over that a bowler has bowled.
Yeah, it should be.
It should be.
Yeah.
You got it wrong, cricket. Rename. Think of a better name. Well, there's Dave. He's following us now. Coca-Cola. Here we go, folks. I think it's about, what is it, 50 for 1? And here we have the underground area. We've got seating if you just want to sit down and take a break and eat out here. And this is where you can get your food from. And just over there are some practice nets. One thing to remember if you are buying food here at the MCG, whether it be from the food store or wherever you go, there is no cash in the entire stadium, which I personally am not a fan of. Yeah, some people just don't have a card at all. So yeah, I don't think you should make people get a card. That's my personal opinion. Over here we have chips, we have chicken burgers, we have chicken tenders and chips, hot dogs. This is a pasty, or if you're in the UK, a pasty. Usually you'll be able to get a pie and stuff, and of course we've got a drinks fridge filled with the usual. Yes, you have to use card, and yes, it's expensive. There we go, I got a bottle of Coke for myself and for Tim, 2 bottles of Coke and a hot dog. 19 Australian dollars in total, so what's that? It's about 12, 13 US dollars. So I suppose it could be worse. There you go. Oh man, we've had our food, so I've just got a hot dog to keep me going till the end of play. Oh wow. We're still here, the final session of the day. The tea break has just finished. Amazingly, there was a wicket on the final ball before the tea.
I didn't get a tea.
You didn't get your tea? They just call it a tea break. You got Coke No Sugar. The Coke No Sugar. Not sponsored. And so Scotty Boland is going to be bowling now to Jaiswal, who's still in and looking in great form here today. And he is He's joined by the somewhat controversial figure right now, as you would have heard the boos there because of an incident that happened yesterday where he accidentally, well, maybe not so accidentally, I give him the benefit of the doubt, bumped Sam Constas, Virat Kohli.
Here we go, Scotty Boland's coming in. No, he's not. Just this. The theatre, part of the theatre, he had to adjust his marker.
Well, Tim, India were looking really strong there for a while, and then the last bloody ball, it just...
I still think they were batting. They were making batting look pretty easy.
They were.
But
I think, you know, sometimes it's a little thing like that can swing a bit of momentum. And momentum in any sport is a big thing. As Scotty, you can't see, Scotty Boland's bowling in, and he's leaving that one.
It's a nice ball, but the ball isn't doing much. What does that mean when people say that, Andy? Because they say that a fair bit.
That means that the ball is not deviating. It's not moving through the air or off the pitch, which is what the bowler's trying to do, to fool the batsman so that they don't get in the middle of the bat, they get it on the edge of the bat, and then a false stroke happens and they're out.
You're an analyst of the game.
Anyway, we will this last couple of hours.
And over there, the drummers of the Bharat Army, they are still going. Kudos to them. They're doing a good job.
Play. It's 350.
Everybody's taking their hat off. Look at my hat. It's on my hat.
They're doing the hat thing. A 50 for Jaiswal. Yeah. Well, I don't know where the next wicket's coming from an Australian point of view. What do you think, Tim?
I think it's coming from this ball right here.
The two Indian batsmen are looking very, very settled, very, very comfortable at the moment.
It's the master and the apprentice, really, isn't it?
It is.
I'm talking about us. Oh no, sorry, the batsmen as well. Yeah.
A fantastic innings comes to an unfortunate end, folks.
So, folks, we've just had a wicket, and we've had it by the one method we haven't mentioned. This was a run out, which happens when you go for a run and you don't get behind that line, except in this case it was a very easy run out because Jaiswal had hit the ball and ran. Kohli ran a little bit and then stopped and left Jaiswal high and dry.
He did. So,
and they were both down one end. They didn't even have to rush to run him out. It's very sad.
So basically, it's similar to like in baseball, I guess. If you're short of the base,
yeah.
But in this time, you break the
sticks. The pile of sticks.
You break the pile of sticks because they weren't back in time.
Oh, that was a pity. He was playing so well. Just when everything was this is Test cricket. Just when everything is drifting off in India's way, something like that happens.
They always say you add 2 wickets to the score.
There we are, folks. 85,147.
Which it didn't quite feel quite that much, did it, Tim? Let's be honest.
Well, no, not if yesterday was 87. There's no way there was only 2,000 left.
point of having a night watchman is so that the next qualified batsman doesn't have to bat. Who's Rispa Pat?
But now he has to bat anyway. It all happens at once. We finally get the crowd, and before you know it,
no century today for Coley. But still one of the great players of the game. Well, Tim, this might be a point to say thanks to everyone for joining us.
Yes, thanks for coming.
Thank you for Pat coming.
Thank you for leaving the place as you found it.
Hope you enjoyed the vlog. We've certainly had a great day at the cricket, haven't we?
We're coming back tomorrow.
He's coming back tomorrow. I'm going to work. Anyway, there still is. Well, this could now be the last over of the day. There may only be 3 balls left. The tradition is for the batsmen to spend as much time between each ball talking to each other.
That's right.
But we'll see. We'll see. And if there is something exciting, we'll add it on to the end of the video. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming to the MCG on this momentous Boxing Day. We've seen a century from Smith. We've seen a fantastic innings from Jaiswal. We've seen what we've seen now, 8 wickets, which isn't bad. 8 wickets in a day. Scott Boland's got 2 of them. And anyway,
It's good night from him.
and it's good night from him. May the journey never end.